Antonio Brown, aka AB, is a former professional American football player who has had a successful career in the NFL in terms of on-field production. Unfortunately, after some off-the-field issues, we decided to dig a little deeper and see, where did Antonio Brown go wrong?
Are you ready to touch football?
Born on July 10th, 1988, Miami, Florida, Antonio Brown grew up playing football and other sports at Miami Norland High School, where Brown played running back, quarterback, wide receiver, and punt returner. He was a two-time Class 6A All-State selection, and he was also named North Athlete of the Year at the 2005 Miami-Dade Gridiron Classic. After his successful high school career, he received a scholarship to play football at Central Michigan University. And at Central Michigan, Brown excelled as a receiver, setting school records for receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. Although Brown had a successful college career, he was not at the top of teams' draft boards. In 2010, he was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 6th round of the NFL Draft. In his first season with the Steelers, Brown became the team's starting wide receiver and quickly established himself as one of the best wide receivers in the league. Brown was known for his incredible work ethic and known for working the entire football field. During Brown's career with the Steelers, Brown was known for his speed, quickness, and ability to make difficult catches.
Touchdown. Oh, my God. Well, that'll draw a flag.
He was a key part of the Steelers' offense and helped lead the team to the playoffs numerous times, including leading them to a Super Bowl in his rookie season. However, the Steelers came up short. In 2014, he was named first-team All-Pro and led the league in receptions and receiving yards. In 2019, things would start to take a bit of a turn. Brown's relationship with the Steelers and especially quarterback Ben Roethlisberger began to sour. Brown reportedly threw a football at Ben Roethlisberger during practice and became upset with the team after wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster was named team MVP. And around that same time, Antonio Brown was also charged with reckless driving. Shortly after, Brown requested a trade, and he was traded to the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Raiders set Brown up to be the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL with $30 million guaranteed. However, Brown never played a regular season game for the Raiders. Brown was fined $54,000 by the Raiders for missing team workouts, and Brown went on social media to state his frustration. Brown reportedly had to be held back while lashing out at Raiders GM Mike Mayock, and Brown repeatedly called Mayock a cracker. 24 hours after the post, Brown was released. Owing that guaranteed money, the Raiders found a way out of Brown's guaranteed money, finding him for conduct detrimental to the team, and on September 7th, the Raiders released Brown. Brown then signed with the New England Patriots, and Tom Brady made it a point to help house Brown when he first arrived in New England. 3 days after arriving in New England, more trouble would come for Brown when his former trainer, Brittany Taylor, filed a lawsuit on Brown for sexual assault. Taylor accused Brown of sexually assaulting her 3 times in 2017 and 2018. In April of 2021, Antonio Brown settled dispute with ex-trainer Brittany Taylor. After appearing in just one game, where Brown actually scored a touchdown, he was released by the Patriots. When we mention the Patriots and the Buccaneers, you may be thinking Tom Brady. Well, Tom Brady will make his way back into Brown's story, but more on that in a bit. On July 30th, 2020, the NFL suspended Brown for 8 games, but it was not because of the sexual assault allegations as some would think. It was actually a separate incident in January 2020 where Brown was arrested in connection with the attack of a driver of a moving company truck. Brown was initially charged with a felony, but it was later dropped to a misdemeanor, including burglary of a vehicle, misdemeanor battery, and misdemeanor criminal mischief. After spending the rest of the 2019 and the beginning of the 2020 season as a free agent, on October 23, 2020, Antonio Brown decided to team back up with Tom Brady and sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Shortly after his Buccaneers debut, Brown was suspended once again for supplying the NFL with a fake vaccination card. There was speculation that head coach Bruce Arians would cut Brown after previously stating, "He screws up one more time, he's gone." The NFL suspended Brown for 3 games. However, Arians kept Brown on the team due to the best interests of the football team. The Bucs would go on to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl 31-9, giving Antonio Brown his first Super Bowl ring. January 2nd, 2022. It is week 17 in the NFL season, and the Buccaneers are playing the Jets. Antonio Brown became very agitated on the sideline, and teammates Mike Evans and O.J. Howard attempted to calm Brown down. However, Brown did not listen, proceeding to take off his shoulder pads and run shirtless across the field, flashing the peace sign to Jets fans, and jumping up and down in the end zone, and then heading to the tunnel. After the game, head coach Bruce Arians stated, "He is no longer a Buck," he said. "That's the end of the story. Let's talk about the guys that went out there and won the game." Here's what Antonio Brown had to say about the matter. "My biggest regret in my career doesn't involve calling my GM a cracker or showing up to the Raiders camp late in hot air balloon with frozen feet or throwing rocks at that UPS driver. And it definitely doesn't involve taking my shirt off and doing a victory lap around the Jets stadium mid-game while throwing up deuces. My regret is that I'll never get to see me, Antonio Brown, play a game live. Sure, I can watch the game afterwards, but I can't imagine what it was like for all you to see something like that. It's like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at the Red Rocks."
The freedom bell ring got me fly like a free, fly like an eagle.
Despite his on-field success, Brown has faced numerous legal and personal problems throughout his career. In addition to the sexual assault allegations, he has been involved in disputes with the NFL and other teams over his contracts and behavior. As of late, Brown has been poking at former teammate Tom Brady, who has endured a difficult season while going through a divorce with supermodel Gisele. Brown trolling Brady about Gisele has happened on several situations, including a video of Brown hugging Gisele after the Super Bowl, photoshopping himself over Tom's face with Gisele hugging him from behind, and another post of a meme of Tom Brady leaving the house with text that says, "Daddy doesn't live here anymore." Despite these challenges, Brown remains a talented and controversial figure in the world of professional football. Whether he will return to the NFL or not remains to be seen, but his impact on the game and his place in football history are undeniable. Antonio Brown is a freak athlete. However, Brown may be remembered more for his antics, taking away from an amazing, talented career.